Oh, hey. Here they come out. Oh, that's fine. How you doing, Hal?
Good, how you doing, Keith? Marshall,
Yes, sir.
any words of wisdom?
Have a good time.
Mike, turn around. Yeah. Hey, show Kim.
I like the back. Choking her ass out. That's what that's. What you want, man? Shannon? I would guess Grammy. Too heavy. Hey, Keith's got one of my old shirts on right there. That's one of my old shirts right there. Hey,
How are you?
made by the same company. Hey, rock and roll cowboy shirt.
No problem. I heard you all the way down.
Yeah, I like truck drivers. Going to be your guys' tour guide. If you head on up into the training post, is where the tour is going to start from. There's a big safe full of gold, lots of artifacts, museum up there to look at. He's going to take you around, show you our cabins, our tent sites, our mining operation, how we mine for gold in the wintertime. These ladies are supposed to be cooking bread back here, but it looks like they're already done. They got little hors d'oeuvre and fry bread for you here just shortly. And then at the end of that tour, he's going to take you up and teach you how to pan. So if you do want to go on that little walking tour, head on up into the training post, and we'll see you back here shortly. Yeah, I don't want any more. One more. That matters. All right, that's I know you don't.
God, you got 28 grand.
That's what I usually get.
Balance this a little bit. Balance it on it.
Did ya? I was watching some of that. That was the most realistic show I've ever seen. Yeah, right. That's the fakest damn shit in the world, though. Yeah, those movies are so freaking good.
Hi, Al.
Hi,
Hope
Tony.
you're having a good time at Roaring Camp.
I am.
Fixing you dinner right now.
I got some great footage of it.
Okay.
Share with everybody else.
Okay. All right, let's see me photobomb you.
There's a song about the wind out there in West. Do you know why the trees bend on the West Texas border? Do you know why the trees bend? They sway and twine. Do you know why the trees Nothing Amarillo. Have you seen my Caroline, the one I call mine? Have you seen my Caroline, the one with hair so yellow? Have you seen my Caroline? Well, tell her that I'm doing fine. Is to me just like the breeze that blows from Corpus Christi. She is to me just like the breeze that blows from the sea. Now if she is like the breeze that blows from Corpus Christi, I must be just like the tree, 'cause Caroline grows to me. Do you know why the trees bend on the West Texas border? Do you know why the trees bend? They sway and twine. You know why the trees bend across that lonesome border? The trees bend because of the wind, almost all the time. Trees bend because of the wind, almost all the time. Oh, you know what that means. You know what that means.
Jack, can you hear me over there? Does it need to be louder? Good?
I can hear you.
All right, you can hear me? You know, everyone give those Winburn brothers a round of applause one more time for us up on the stage.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
You know, they played for us quite a few times. Hey, give me a little bit more volume, a little bit more. I like being able to hear myself a little bit more. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Now a little bit more. All right, there we go. Now I can hear myself perfect. Good. You know, this is my grandfather's dream. My grandfather, Elton Rodman, came into this canyon for the first time in 1937, a long, long time ago. He actually came from a... I'm going to put my son down real fast. Hold on. Here, you want to say something to them first?
It's my birthday!
Hey, birthday you! I'm here in a second, but it is his second birthday tomorrow. He's the predecessor to sitting on the rock here. One day he'll get to sit up here and tell all the stories I'm telling. But like I said, my grandfather came into this canyon for the first time. What? You want to say one more word? Hold on.
Good goal, he says.
Say thank you. All right, say bye. All right, you better take this. All righty, back to the program here. You know, like I said, my grandfather came to this canyon for the first time in 1937, a long, long time ago. He actually was born on a farm in Minnesota, and during the Depression, his family and his brothers and sisters, his mom and dad, were pretty much starving to death. And in 1935, he was just a teenager. He wasn't the oldest of the children, but he was the biggest and the smartest. So he decided he was going to get on a freight train and come out here to California to live the gold rush dream. He wanted to come out here and find gold. So he left in 1935, hopped on a freight train, and got jobs throughout the whole country on his way out here. It took him 2 years to get out here to California. He got jobs in North, South Dakota, Montana, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, all over. In 1937, he landed on a train in San Francisco, and he got off the train and found that one of the foremen running the train company down there, and he says, do you know anybody that's in the gold mining industry? He says, well, I do know one guy that works for the Clinton Bar Mining Company. He's the foreman up there for the Clinton Bar Mining Company, which was the active gold mine in this canyon during the gold rush era. So in 1937, my grandpa worked his way on up here and found the gentleman that was the foreman, and says, the guy down there from San Francisco told me you might have a job for me. He says, well, I don't have a job mining right now, but the only job I do have is somebody running our mule team up and down the old Clinton Bar Trail, which was the Clinton Bar Trail was the only way in and out of the canyon during the gold rush era. That trail was so steep that my grandfather used to have to tie the mules from head to toe with ropes, just in case one of the mules fell down, the other mules would hopefully hold it up. And actually tied the back of the mule string to trees and lowered down tree by tree by tree, just because it was so steep and so scary. Now, in less than a mile, it was about 2,000 foot in elevation drop in less than a mile, pretty much straight up and down. And that's what my grandfather did for a few years until World War II started. Now, when World War II started, they shut down all the gold mining in the United States because they wanted all the men and the women to go fight in the war. And that's exactly what my grandfather did. He actually joined the Army and became a drill sergeant, training all the men and the women that were fighting overseas for us. And, in the back of his mind, he always knew that this is where he wanted to come and spend his life. So after World War II ended, he was in Chicago, and he met a gentleman that owned a magazine publishing company. And my grandfather's job then was to sell magazines door to door. He started the bottom totem pole, just selling magazines in Chicago door to door. And for those of you who knew my grandpa, which a lot of you out there did, he can literally sell anything to anybody. He could talk you in to buying what he had. He could trade you for the goods that he was selling for the money in your pocket. That just was his gift, selling. So he started the bottom totem pole, and just after a few months, he was the #1 salesman in the whole company. And after about a year, the gentleman says, Elton, I think you have the ability to start your own publishing company and sell your own magazines door to door. So you're making all the money. And he says, I think I can't do that. So my grandfather actually started publishing medical textbooks. And he had people going around all the doctor's offices. He had offices in San Francisco, Washington, Chicago, New York City, all over the country, selling magazines and then medical textbooks to all the doctors around. And that's where he made his money to come back and keep buying little chunks of property down here in the canyon. It started with just a little over 11-acre patented mining claim, which we're pretty much sitting on right now. That was patented by the Clinton Bar Mining Company in 1849, a long, long time ago. And every time he'd find more gold and sell more magazines, he'd buy more and more and more. Finally turned into thousands of acres. Not only down here along the river, but everything up above us on Clinton Bar, Gold Strike, pretty much all the way from Taboo and 88, almost to Taboo Lake. My grandpa owned it all. Subdivided it all, put 762 lots in, and sold them one by one, and now they're all houses up there. This is my grandfather's dream, though, to share this beauty with people and to get people to share his dream also. The resort that's across the street from the office there, Gold Country Campground, used to be called Pine Acres. He actually broke ground on Pine Acres when my mom was 6 months old in 1956, a long, long, long time ago. We owned it up till about 15, 16 years ago, and we sold that now and spent more time down here in Roaring Camp. But my grandfather's dream, like I said, was sharing this beautiful place with everybody. So before he put the road in, he would bring people down that old Clinton Bar Trail, which is that old mule trail. And once people got down here, it was so steep and so scary, nobody ever wanted to leave. So they would stay down here and stay down here and stay down here and said, no, we don't want to leave, no, we don't want to leave. Well, after a while, my grandfather ran out of stories to tell people. So he said, hey, gotta get the heck out of here. So in the mid 60s, he decided he wanted to expand the mine operation. So that's when he decided that he was going to build the road down into the bottom of the canyon. Not really to have customers come down and stay in cabins and tent sites, but to get heavy equipment down here to find more gold. He did have gold fever really, really bad. Once he did that, he got the excavators and stuff down here. The road took him 3 years to build just 3 miles of road with one bulldozer and a few guys running sticks of dynamite in front of him. It's like I said, it's about 2,000 foot in elevation drop, and the road is 3.1 miles down that mountainside. So it's pretty steep and scary. Back then, my mom always told me when the dozer was blading the road, my grandfather and her would come down in their car and get down about a mile and a half, and there's absolutely no way to turn around, so they used to have to back all the way up, and it scared the heck out of my mom. You know, finally my grandpa had his excavators and bulldozers and stuff down here in the bottom of the canyon, and he decided to make a living gold mining, he was going to have to dig this whole place up. And then that ruins the beauty of it. So he figured out a way to supplement our family's income by adding cabins and tent sites and sharing it with everyone. But when he put the road in and started letting people come down here, people could just come and go whenever they wanted. So that's when he decided he was going to put a gate at the top and a gate at the bottom. And now you guys are my captive audience and stuck down here until I'm done talking. So, you know, one thing my grandfather loved to do is celebrate where people come from, normally all over the world. We're open 5 months a year, and we normally have people from all over the country and all over the world come down and enjoy our property with us. Right now with COVID, we don't have very many people from out of the country because it's hard to travel, but we do have people from all over the country still that come. Where's the people from New Mexico at? Raise your hand. New Mexico. There he is right there. He came all the way from New Mexico. How about Hal from North Carolina? Drove all the way out here from North Carolina. He's been coming for how many years now, Hal?
10.
10 years. He drives out here every year to come and spend 2 weeks with us. How about the boys from Indiana back there in the back? They fly out here. They're here for 10 days. I know Jack just said he's been coming for 12 or 13 years now, you said? You guys are just newbies. I got Neil standing over there that's been coming for 53 years. Ever since my grandfather started bringing people down to this canyon, Neil was one of the first ones. You know, I do have another state here, and back a long time ago, they tried to separate this one in half, and I really wish they would have. So, where's the people from Southern California at? Nobody wants to admit it. Look, they're all scared to admit it.
I was born there.
How about Northern California, where we all at? You Southern Californians just better move up here. You know, no, we don't want you actually. You know, one thing my grandfather liked to do also, and the band's still up there, is celebrate people's birthdays and anniversaries. So when I call your name, please stand up and stay standing up for me, please. How about Mike P? And
Becky!
how about just Mike?
Got a lot of bikes.
Mike with a birthday other than Mike P? There's 2 of them.
Got a lot of bikes again.
How about is it your birthday right there? No, not yours? Okay. How about Chantel? Where's Chantel at? There she is. How about Paula? Where's Paula? How about Jim? Where's Jim at? Come on, stand up. Come on, stand up for us. Let everyone see you. Don't be shy. How about Lane? Laney. How about Jane? Where's Jane at? Stand up. Come on. Don't be shy, Jane. Come on. I got Jennifer there. Come on, Jennifer. Stand up. It doesn't matter. Put her down. How about, did I call James?
Nope.
James, where's James at? No James? Don't want to admit it? How about Jacob? Where's Jacob at? There he is. Did I call Jim? How about Jim's? And I do have a pretty special one here. Like I said, my little son here. Stand him up on the table there. My little son. My little son will be 2 tomorrow. 2 years old. And he says, birthday to you is what he says. Birthday you.
Birthday you?
Birthday you.
You don't want to stand on the table?
All right. Do I have any other birthdays out there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mike, I said Mike. I got him.
Yeah, you did.
He's standing already. I got the other Mike too, but I couldn't find him. Anybody else? Hey, do you fine gentlemen have a song up there?
You bet we do.
You guys might be able to catch on, so if you can, sing along.
My little brother Elkie wrote this one without my help.
Yeah, this is all by my lonesome, but you'll catch on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Everybody, come on.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you.
Hey Ricky, I gotta say, man, for a small crowd, the most birthdays in a small crowd.
I got a whole list of them here.
It's unbelievable. It's like half the people here.
I got some anniversaries too. Hey, well, what's 9 months ago from now? Must have been a cold month. Yeah, New Year's. Yeah, see, there you go. I do have some anniversaries here too, so when I call your name, please stand up. Sylvia and Eddie. Where's Sylvia and Eddie at? Come on, stand up.
Anniversary or what? Come on, you have to stand.
Come on, don't be shy. You just stay standing because you're going to have to dance for us too here in a second. How about Amanda and John? Where's Amanda and John at? He's already standing on the dance floor. Man, how did that ugly guy get such a pretty wife, man? Holy cow. How about Chantel and Paula? Where's Chantel and Paula at? How about Kathy and Wayne? Kathy and Wayne. There they are. Do I have any other anniversaries out there? Anybody else want to admit they got married? No? All right, so I think most of you came down in the tour truck, right? Yeah. So if you don't want to walk up the road, well, I had a couple people already this year want to dance, so I made them walk. It's time to dance. Time to dance. So we do have a dance floor right where they're standing, right here in front of the bar. If you don't want to walk up the hill, you got to dance. This is the last song of the night, so everyone get up and dance with them. Come on.
Got that old-fashioned love in my heart, and nothing can tear us apart. Like an ivy green vine, clinging closer all the time through these years and these tears, just the same. Got that old-fashioned faith in my heart, and there it will always remain. Dry land may turn to sea, but there'll be no change in me. Got that old-fashioned faith in my heart.
Stick around.
Got that old-fashioned love in my heart, and nothing can tear us apart. Like an ivy clinging vine, clinging closer all the time through these years and these tears, just the same.
We have to get up early.
Got that old-fashioned faith in my heart.
Yes, you do.
And nothing can tear us apart. Dry land may turn to sea,
I'll raise it
but there will be
I'll
no
raise it to
change
6.
in me.
Coffee at the train goes to 6:30 and you're out here at 7.
Happy Happy anniversary, everybody.
Good job, dancers. Happy anniversary.
Hey, everyone give those Winburn brothers a round of applause, please. Come on, they're done for the
Thank you
night.
all very much, folks. Thank you, everybody.
You know, we
enjoyed playing.
don't pay them, but we do feed them. It is their turn to eat now. So come on, one more round of applause, guys. Come on.
All right. And of course, Chip the Tip Squirrel.
Chip the Tip Squirrel. You know
He's
what?
on duty.
One thing I'd like to say is, you know, for those of you spending your vacations, your birthdays, your anniversaries down here, there's thousands and thousands of places to spend your special times in this world, and we really do appreciate it that you guys spend it down here with us. You know, we take it for granted. We get to come down here all the time, every day, whenever we want, and we forget how beautiful and how special it is down here until people like you come and spend your birthdays, anniversaries, and your vacations. So thank you all for coming. We really do appreciate it. I'm not. No, but it's not. No, she'll be here.
It's only the 4th.
Yeah, it's only the 4th. Well, she'll be here. No.
I hope I lived that long.
You know, one thing I like to do. My beautiful wife over there in the red. She was a Marine for 10 years. Do I have any other veterans or active military, first responders? Raise your hands for us, guys. It's really because of you guys we get to do what we do. You know, we were at Oko Sushi last night, and we walked out, and there's a bunch of Cal Fire guys and round table. My mom and I went in there and bought them dinner because, you know, they're the ones that are saving us right now. So.
They didn't want to take it either.
They didn't want to take it, but we made them. I went and asked the lady how much their bill was, and I went and gave them their money back. So it's people like you, your military, veterans, first responders. It's because of you guys we get to do what we do. So thank you all very much. One more round of applause, guys. Come on. Like I said, my wife over there was a Marine, went to Afghanistan, all that kind of stuff. So my mom's gonna come up here now. I guess I don't have a choice. She's just here. I didn't call her yet. But you know, my grandfather here. If you guys are paying attention, this is, I guess, his headstone. He doesn't really have a different headstone. My son was just up here hugging it. And you know, he sat on this rock right here, and I sat on this rock my whole life. And I'm hoping my son will sit on this rock and do the same thing with me. But you know, my grandfather passed away 9 years ago now, and my mom did run the business before that, but my grandpa was always here to be the overseer, made sure everything was going smooth. Whenever there was an issue or a big problem, he was always there to solve it, and he always had a solution. When he passed away, my mom had big shoes to fill, and she's done it really good. I can promise you that there's not a harder working lady around, so give my mom a round of applause, guys.